In this video, we'll be studying the muscles of the leg in the curl region from the knee down to the ankle. Again, we want to make sure that we're oriented correctly. This will be the distal end, and this will be the proximal end. You're looking right near now at the anterior aspect. This would be posterior back here. It's always important to get oriented, and since we can see the toes, the foot, the big toe is medial and the little toe is lateral. Okay, so now let's look at these muscles that are involved in this curl region, our lower leg. First one, just to make sure that I'm looking at it right. It's hard, I'm looking at it in reverse, but this would be the tibialis anterior. It means it's right in front of the tibia. The next muscle would be the extensor digitorum longus, and then this shorter muscle down here would be the peroneus brevis, and this is the peroneus longus. Okay, or if you don't remember peroneus, this would be the fibularis brevis down here, the fibularis brevis, and this would be the fibularis longus. Okay, so those muscles, let's go over them one more time. The tibialis anterior, then the extensor digitorum longus, the fibularis brevis, the fibularis longus, and that would be what we could see in the anterior aspect. So let's turn it over so that we can see the posterior muscles. And this big muscle, enormous muscle in the posterior region of the curl part of the leg, this would be called the gastrocnemius. The gastrocnemius, huge muscle. And it's interesting because here's a tendon called the Achilles tendon. You remember the story about Achilles, that was his Achilles heel, was because when his mother dipped him in this solution that would make him invulnerable, she had to hold him by something, so she held him by the heel. And so you've heard the term Achilles heel, that's your weak spot. And a lot of times people have Achilles tendon strain, and Achilles tendon sometimes even tears. So the big muscle in the posterior is the gastrocnemius, and then this is the Achilles tendon. And of course, remember this is good review. It runs down to one of the tarsal bones. It runs down to the calcaneus bone. Okay. Then there is also a flat muscle. Let me see if I can turn it so you can see it. Let me put it right on there. Yeah, right here. This long flat muscle underneath the see, here's the gastrocnemius, and then there's a long flat muscle underneath it called the soleus muscle. The soleus muscle. And that is a flat muscle which is underneath of the gastrocnemius. So those are the muscles of the curl region or the lower leg. Let's review them. It never hurts to review. The one in front of the tibia is the tibialis anterior. That's easy enough. Here is the extensor digitorum longus. Then here is the fibularis brevis down here, this little one. Here's the fibularis longus. Okay, that's the anterior aspect. In the back, we've got the gastrocnemius. Flat muscle underneath it is called the soleus. Here we have the Achilles tendon going down to the calcaneus bone, big tarsal. So that should take care of the muscles of the curl area.